give Limestone a lot of credit tonight. Thought they really took advantage of a lot of mistakes that we made, and they executed very well. I thought defensively we were extremely sloppy and gave up a lot of big plays, and once we started to get some momentum going offensively, it just felt like defensively we kind of just couldn't quite keep it as tight as what we needed to. They had some good series at times, and yet just gave up some big plays and some inopportune times. Obviously in a game like this, we're never going to single out one side of the ball because, hey, if we need to score 42 points, then the offense has to come up big too, and they've got to be able to do a better job too to put more points on the board. And so it's a full team effort. It's a full team execution that we've got to just do a lot better at. And big part of the message in the locker room is it's got to be an all-the-time basis. We've got to make sure that all details are buttoned up Monday through Friday, and making sure that everything points to how we want to have the result on Saturday. And so I liked our fight, all the way. I thought, it was a great battle. It was a fun game to be in, and then all of a sudden there in the fourth quarter just kind of got away from us, and then, just kind of, just deflating at the end there. So congrats to Limestone, and we've got to be better.
Coach, earlier this season you talked after that Virginia State loss that you didn't really like the way their team practiced. Was that the case again this week, or satisfied?
No, I think I thought there was a lot of good things in practice this week, and I would also say as a very critical coach and how we want to keep our standard extremely high, there's things that you can always point out to be better at, and it's got to be that way. And I think it's the human nature, that you get a win under your belt and everybody feels good, and it's you've got to get recharged again to be able to know how hungry you are for the next opportunity. And so that's part of this team, being able to learn how to be all-the-time winners. And it can't be just only about winning one game and then kind of shutting it off. So we've got to know and learn how to be all-the-time winners, really in everything that we do and who we are. And so I think that's some lessons that we're kind of going through as a team right now.
Defensively, you showed a lot of potential last week. Tonight, kind of, I don't want to say took a step back, but I don't know how to phrase it. So what changed from last week to this week?
We did have a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and guys playing in different spots, and it was one of those things where it takes a lot of reps to be comfortable at a position and to carry out your job responsibilities on the play calls. And so I think that maybe had a little bit to do with it. But at the end of the day, we've got to be able to execute and stop the run and play the pass better and have guys fly into the ball a lot better than what we did. And like I say, there were some flashes, and yet it just wasn't consistent. And so I just think we've got to defensively, take a little bit more pride in playing code black defense on an all-the-time basis. And we could have used that on some of those drives tonight and some of those big plays. And I just think there were way too many big plays that we gave up tonight.
And the inconsistency, how frustrating is that?
If I could really show you how frustrated I am right now, then you would know. But it is frustrating as a coach. You coach against this stuff, and it feels like you talk about it at length and coach it hard Monday through Friday, and you show them on the film, and you come up with every message necessary, and try to get guys to really understand it. And of course it's frustrating because nobody wants to lose, and it's at the expense of losing a game here. And so it's a bad feeling. It's terrible.
Offensively, had a pretty decent night throwing the ball. They were just given a tough situation, given that you gave up the points you did. So what was the night like for them?
Yeah, I think, passing the ball, for us, I thought we had a great attack passing the ball. I thought our skill guys were very athletic in terms of I felt very comfortable with our skill guys matched up with their skill guys. And so, I think we went to a little bit more of that in the second half, and I really liked what we did there passing the ball. I think we've got to obviously continue to just look at our game plan offensively and make sure that we're playing to our strengths all the time. And, make sure that we're putting guys in the right spots at all times to give ourselves a good chance to score points.
A couple of block PATs. What was the issue there?
Well, operationally, it wasn't great. Protection was a little bit of an issue. Having a freshman kicker, he's got to continue to learn how to get the ball up, and it was inconsistent tonight, and so obviously we need to be able to feel comfortable with being able to kick a PAT, and that's something that we work at and we'll continue to work at.
In your opinion, what is the difference between playing with the lead and then playing from behind?
Yeah, well, I think it creates a different mentality in terms of when you have the lead, it's a lot easier for guys to look at the scoreboard and say, oh yeah, we're comfortable, we're feeling good, we're on top, and so it naturally can let your guard down a little bit, right? When you're behind, there's a sense of urgency. There's a sense of, hey, we've got to get this done now, and everybody's kind of, at the top of their game there. And but what has to happen is you can't allow the two to interfere with you executing at the highest level, right? And so you've got to be able to execute at the highest level, whether you're on top or whether you're behind or no matter what the scenario is. And so, like I said earlier, I think it's just part of our team growing and developing and maturing. And, we talk about maturity. We talked about the definition of maturity, meaning wanting to do the things you need to do. And the things we need to do is be able to play with a lead and keep the hammer down and to play at our best when we have the lead. The things we know we need to do is when we're down, we need to play that way too. And so we should want to do those things all the time. And that's what I think maturity is. And, that's something we got to continue to get better at.
What's kind of the mentality off of a loss like this, and you're going into a really tough game next week with Carson?
Well, every game is tough. I don't know that I can put an opponent above another opponent. I mean, the team that we played today was 0-3, right? And so they were our toughest opponent of the year so far. And so every game is tough, and we try to approach every game with the same mentality that it's a big game. Every game is a big game. And so, honestly, when we lost earlier in the season, that next week was that much better in practice, that much better focus, that much better of details being buttoned up. And I'm looking forward to hopefully our team responding very, very well here come Monday and getting back to work and being able to go there and play another great game. And that's the goal.
Struggled, especially in the first half, to stop the run after making big improvements against Catawba. What do you think you guys have to do as a unit defensively to really shore things up in the run game defensively?
I feel like we just have to come 11 hats to the ball. Like everybody has to be together, and we just have to be one as a defense and be, together as a unit. I feel like.
What changed from last week? You guys showed a lot of potential last week, but tonight more kind of went back to struggling.
I don't really know as of how we struggled and stuff. Like I don't really be trying to look at that. I try to keep everybody up positive. Like I try to keep the negative things, you know what I'm saying, out.
So you say you try to keep things positive in
Yeah.
a situation like
I
that.
mean,
So what do you feel like your role is in that regard, especially when your team's trailing?
Uplifter, as in vocally and as in physically, like making plays and stuff like that. But also me making plays, I feel like I have to be that guy that uplifts everybody, especially tonight. As my role was to be, that leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nose, so man in the middle. I got to be that guy on the D line. So.
The particular catch by Quay, even though it wasn't, if referees didn't call it a catch, from a defensive perspective, when you had to get out there on the field, what was the mentality saying when you guys went back on defense in that particular sequence?
We got to go to work, regardless of what happens. You know what I'm saying? We got to go out there and get a stop, do what we can do our job.
This is kind of antithetical to the positive thing, but how frustrating is the inconsistency for you guys?
It could get frustrating, but I mean, like I said, I can't, you know what I'm saying, I can't bash my boys because they do something wrong. You know what I mean? I got to keep uplifting them. That's how we're going to get better, you know, far along in the season. So we just got to keep uplifting each other and playing as one, like I said, the defense.
Josh, great offensive game for you today, both in the air and on the ground. How do you evaluate your performance?
I thought I did pretty good. I thought as an offense we did pretty good. We still have some things to work on, so we'll get back to work this week.
Quay didn't play the first two games, but last week 3 catches, tonight 6 catches, over 100 yards. What kind of weapon is he for you?
Yeah, he's very reliable, and he has that explosive playmaking ability. And, you know, I kind of look to him in big situations, and he showed up tonight, and I'm thankful he showed up, and hope to keep that going this year.
Tyshawn also had the same type of night. So same question about him.
Yeah, TC, same thing. He's really explosive, really fast. I think I have to get the ball to him more personally. But yeah, he has that playmaking ability too.
When did it seem that you got into a rhythm, even though in the first quarter you had to play from behind?
You know, I thought we started off the game pretty strong, and I thought we continued that through we kind of hit a slump there in the second quarter, but, you know, that can't really happen. I take that upon me for the whole offense, and, you know, I thought we got back into the groove maybe third quarter, and just wasn't enough.
Not to throw your teammates under the bus by any means, but when the defense allows 41, does it make it tougher for you guys or more pressure for you guys on offense on a night like this?
You know, I thought as a whole team we have things that we can work on. I think that comes from a whole week of practice. We need to hold each other accountable more. That starts with us players and us leaders. You know, I think whatever we do in practice translates to the game, and I think we can do a better job of that in practice.
Coach mentioned earlier that as a team, you guys kind of need to learn how to win, you know, consecutively more. It's a little unfamiliar in the last few years. Do you feel that's the case?
Yeah, of course. We haven't won back-to-back this year yet, and you know, our goal is just to win, and we haven't done that consecutively. I think that's something we need to focus on, but I wouldn't really put too much of an emphasis on it. Just going week by week and executing day by day. So.
In your opinion, what is it like playing with the lead as opposed to playing from behind?
You know, not much different in my opinion. You should still execute. The quarterback position, I think you should still execute at all times. But, you know, playing from behind, you have a little bit more up-tempo, trying to get things going a little bit faster, trying to make things happen. And, but, I mean, it's definitely something we need to work on.
How important is the mental part of this upcoming week of practice?
Yeah, I think our mental approach starts with us players, and we need to get everybody on the same page going into Carson Newman, and we're excited for this challenge, and I think we'll be ready.